And we are back. We're continuing now with a bit of product. And I'm more than happy to have my colleague, Necoline, head of product CodeSandbox, to give us a bit of, introduction from her perspective. It is pre-recorded, but I'm for sure you're going to have a great time listening to it and watching her demo, and also add questions at the end. We are still going to take them and answer them when we finish the whole event today. Hello, Nicolene. How are you doing? Great
I'm
day
doing
today. A big day for you.
Yeah, indeed.
Let's show our users a bit of the product tool that you prepared for us.
Fantastic. I'm looking forward to showing this off to you all. So there's a number of changes that are coming with this release. And I'll start with the news that I'm sure all of you guys are very eager to hear. As we move to usage-based billing, there's going to be a few changes for everybody. First and foremost is that private is no longer a pro feature. Sandboxes and dev boxes can be made private for free. In addition to that, we're not doing seat-based pricing, as the name suggests. Instead, we are allowing everyone to join the workspaces as they would like. On free, there is a cap of 5 members, and on pro, there's a cap of 20. This is really meant to optimize the experience for the team. But that means that immediately after this release, you can start inviting people for no cost. Now, the usage-based billing is not going to affect the core experience for the dev boxes, the repositories, or the sandboxes. Really, the main thing to take away from this release is how it translates into the end of month bill. And I'm going to take you through what that looks like. The main change that you'll notice is this introduction to the customer portal. Every dev box and repository runs on a virtual machine. And we're going to start tracking the usage of the virtual machine and accrue credits based off of how much you use them. So in this workspace settings, you can see that there's a few new tabs here. So first, I'm going to show you the virtual machine usage. You can see some information about your plan, as well as the amount of credits that are included in your plan. Subscription credits, they are connected to your subscription. On free, you get 400 monthly credits, and then the baseline of pro is 1,000 credits. Now, you can add more with the add-ons, but if you run out of credits and you are on pro, then we'll just simply roll over to on-demand credits, and those will be added up over the course of the month and then added to the end of the month billing. Now, what's really important about this is that we want you to have full visibility on all of the usage in your workspace. So regardless of who's using the workspace and the machines running on them, you will be able to see what's going on here. So as you can see on this protest, I have been making some changes to our documentation, and I've spent about 13 minutes working on it, and that amounts to 4 credits. Now, we also have the VM tier that it's running on with a bit of information about that, like what that means in terms of CPU and RAM. This is all editable. By default, you'll have VM tiers that a VM tier assigned to dev boxes and repositories. But we have a lot of customization options if you want to change things to be running on a more powerful machine. Let's say if you're running a Rust dev box, you might want to see something that's more robust. But for my documentation, as you can imagine, it's not a very not expensive in terms of compute. And so micro, I think, is actually probably too powerful for this. And so I don't want to spend the credits for this. So what I can do, leave micro as a default because it's a good experience for most cases. But for this one repository for documentation, I'm actually going to change it to be nano. So you can see on Pro, I have 4 options, which gives me a huge range. But for this one, I want to incur a bit more savings. So I'm going to save this, and you'll see that all my CodeSandbox documentations are now going to run on Nano. I can always edit or delete this rule. I can make rules for all of this dev boxes and repositories that I want. Now, you'll notice that you can only run it for dev boxes because VMs only are required for dev boxes and repositories. Sandboxes run on the browser, and so they don't have any kind of credits attached to them. You simply have the amount of sandboxes that your subscription allows, and it's unlimited use for that.
Well, that was a nice walkthrough, a really nice improvements and settings that people can customize for them. Is there anything else you want to showcase while we have the platform open, or you want to add while we are here?
Sure. So while we are on this page, there's a few more things to note. Here in my billing, I can see my plan information as well as my spending limit. Once you roll over to on-demand credits, you can determine how many on-demand credits that you want to spend. So we want to make sure that there's no surprise bills. We want you to be able to continue working uninhibited, but we also want to make sure that you have full visibility around how many credits that you're going to spend. So you can spend in dollars the amount of money additional to your subscription that you are willing to pay if you happen to need those on-demand credits. The other thing that's worth noting is that you can set your privacy permissions here. In case you didn't know, as a pro user, this was something that was only available to pro, but for free. This is something that you'll be quite interested in to be able to use as it works for you best. And then in our overview, I can open up my managed subscription view, and I can see a lot more details around my past invoices. Now, if you are on a pro subscription and you move over to usage-based billing, if you have any additional, let's say you've signed up for a annual plan, if you move over to usage-based billing, we'll make sure that you never pay more than what you are going to pay for. So if you had a year, 6 months of your plan available, we will continue to use that previous invoice and deduce bills from that. All right, I think that's about everything for now.
Thanks so much. It was really nice to walk us through all the tabs and explaining the importance of each option. Um, how would you recommend to someone to start right now? How would you start right now with CodeSandbox as a cloud development environment?
Yeah, let me share this screen so you can see all the different options here. So
Yeah.
when we release today, you will note that there's a few different changes. So as a free user, or if you're a new user, you will automatically be moved into a usage-based billing plan. We will give you free by default, but you can change that plan as you wish. So like I mentioned on free, there's a lot of additional perks that you didn't have before. We have included credits for free experience, as well as 20 sandboxes. You might have gotten an email explaining that we have limits on these sandboxes moving forward. And if you want to move into a more customized plan, there's a lot of options with Pro.
Mhm.
Now, on the baseline, Pro has a lot to offer, a lot more credits per month, more storage, more
Mm.
sandboxes, unlimited personal drafts, for example. But if you get going with this, you can see that we have a lot of add-ons to make sure that the
Ooh, yeah.
subscription reflects your usage. So if you have a lot of sandboxes and you want to continue using sandboxes, we have that covered for you. You can purchase, packages of 100, or the more you purchase, the more you save. The same applies to the VM credits as well. So you really can start with a minimal experience, figure out what works for you, and then build a plan that's customized to reflect the way that you work with CodeSandbox.
Yeah, I think this excited me the most to have it such a personalized plan, uh, targeting or tailored by each individual team's need or individual personal needs, but also accommodating the team, which is a big part of our values, the collaboration, and also what we envision in a product. Thanks so much, Nicoline. Anything else you want to add to our users from the product side today?
Well, I'm really looking forward to seeing how you all use this. There's a lot to get excited about and discover. So we're going to be keeping our ears open for ways that we can improve, and we hope that you enjoy this new access to this CodeSandbox experience.
Agree. And as Nicolene said, we are just starting, so look forward for even more goodies coming from our products. Thank you.